What's going on, great peoples? Coming right back at ya. All right. I think this is a good video to really break down some of the ways that you can use these airplanes. For you guys who already know, this may be a little bit redundant, but I want to kind of just get into it a little, just so I'll have it in the database. You see that blue ring right there? That's the radius that boat is in. And every 15 minutes, patrolling, 3 minutes left. Every 15 minutes, it will attack these boats, as long as that boat is within that blue radius, right? Now, the problem sometimes we have is that we forget that some airplanes have longer range than others. So what you're looking at here is white stripes right here. White stripes. And the only time you see it is when you're locked into these airplanes. So it'll show you the range that they have. So this first white one is for my fighters. Because just because you have your airplanes bundled together like this, guys, that doesn't mean that they all get to go the same range. You're still limited to the lowest range, which is the fighters. So a lot of people don't understand that part. They don't realize you need to split your planes up sometimes in order to get more range. And I'll explain that as when we go back to that area. Okay, so what he's trying to do right now, Fujian, he's trying to get out of this radius. That's why he's trying to get up out of here. But these boats, remember, guys, this is almost like a real simulation game where these boats don't go faster than the airplane. So your airplanes will always be able to catch the boat and get it back into the radius as it tries to leave. Now, here comes the problem that you may run into. That blue radius there, right? Because I have fighters here and that white line is right there, this guy here just wants to get past that white line, because then it kind of gets him out of range. But to get from right here to right there probably is going to take him like 5 hours. So he doesn't have enough time to evade or retreat. This is finished, done. But let's just say he did have enough time and enough troops to get up, let's say up here. The fighters would not be able to come that far. They would have to stop here. But I could separate my fighters from my bombers, and my bombers, this is the line for my bombers. So my bombers can continue to attack all of this area here. And that's the trick. That's the beauty of the airplanes, is if once you learn how to maneuver with them, you can really break down your enemy in a way that, you know, it's called defense. See, this game is not really set to favor offense. When you advance and you make an advance against somebody like Fujian and North Honshu, you have to be prepared to take huge casualties. You will be taking casualties anytime you attack somebody. That's why when you attack someone, you should completely have them outnumbered, the whole 9. You better have 100 battleships out there. When somebody got bombers, you shouldn't even be going nowhere near their territory if they got bombers and you don't outnumber them. That's how you beat. Let me tell you a good strategy to beat on some bombers. Get you about a good 50 submarines or something like that, and put those submarines with your boats. Now those bombers don't see the submarines and they may attack it, not knowing you have a whole lot of protection on there. But then again, if you have a fighter with those bombers, then you'll discover the submarine as well. So it's all about strategy, guys. There's no one way to do things. Look at all these troops. Look at all these. I'm just building while I'm fighting North Honshu, Fujian. But they're not growing. That's the key. They're not growing. They're in my homeland where I got all my resources. And they're just limited to what they're doing. So it just works perfectly for me. It works right in my hand. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to keep it pushing until we get this thing wrapped up. All right. Any questions, any concern, let me know. All right. And I'll talk to you later.